Pedro, and in this video we are going to learn how to work with Linux folders. And in this case, it's not just how to navigate through, but how to create one, how to move, how to rename it. So let's get started. Pretty much the first command that we are going to learn is the pwd, which shows our current working directory. In our case, we are under users, pemp178, desktop, www, and Linux. This is pretty important, guys, to have a grasp, because everything Linux is going to work this way. It's like a breadcrumb website that you have the option to see where you're digging into the tree level. So here our root folder is like users, the first one, and then we go to pemp178, and then we have the desktop, and then we have the www, and then we have the Linux. So if we want to navigate through Linux to www, we would just need to type cd, which is the command to navigate, to move, like to go to one folder to another folder, and point. Now we are under www. And if you want to go back to the Linux, we would just need to use cd linux. And now we are on Linux folder again. Cool. Now that we have this basic understanding, guys, pretty much everything that you're going to use on Linux is with cd, like for navigating. It's just cd, the folder. Of course, you're not entitled just choose like this. This is the bare minimum, the simple one, but you could also use, let's suppose, if we were in pemp178 and we wanted to go to Linux straight, we could just type like this, and if I copy and paste over here, this would work the same way. So first command that we're going to learn now, besides the cd and pwd, is makedir. Makedir is the command to create a directory. In our case, I'm going to create the folder 1, and also if I want to create multiple folders, it will work. It's the same way, like makedir folder 2 and folder 3. A very important thing, guys, to highlight over here is that makedir works also to create subfolders, like subdirectories. In our case, if we wanted to put a subfolder on folder 1, we would just need to use makedir folder. And then there's a very nice command also. It's not a command, it's just a prefill from the CLI, from the command line, which is, if you press tab, it's going to fill a little bit of the word already for you. Of course, in our case, it's not going to fill everything, because as you could see, the prefix folder is common for all the 3 folders, but the suffix 1 to 3 is different, so it's not going to fill. But if we press again the tab, it would give us the option. So this is pretty handy if you are navigating. Also with the cd works. Whenever whichever command that you want, it will work also. This tab highlighting syntax for you. So I'm going to make on the folder 1 subfolder 1. Now, as you can see here, we have the subfolder 1. Also, if we wanted to go to the folder 1 and create inside the folder 1, we would be able also. Subfolder 2. Of course, as you're already inside the folder 1, you don't need to use like this. Okay, guys? You can just create a makedir folder. Another important thing to highlight, guys, is that makedir with parenting. We call this parenting because this folder is a child of this folder. It works like this. If this folder already exists, let's suppose, I will give you an example over here. Make dir, and let's suppose we have folder 4, and we want to create a subfolder. Subfolder 1. It doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? It doesn't work because folder 4 doesn't exist yet. So if you want to make dir with parenting, like creating a subfolder with a folder that doesn't exist, you would just need to use the -p command, and then it's going to create the folder. As you can see over here on our left side, it created the folder. And another nice thing to get through if you are a basic user and never went through the Linux is, if you already noticed, maybe if you press arrow up and down, you can navigate through the latest commands. So this is pretty nice and handy, like if you just forgot, or you feel that it's closer, like some command that you have used it and you want to save somewhere. And if you have a lot of commands and don't know where it is, you can just use the history. So now we have all the latest commands that I used over here. Cool. Now I'm going to clear the terminal to make it a little bit easier to see. So clear is just going to give this better look for us, removing everything above. Cool. Now that we got used with that, we also going to learn how to move folders. To move folders, we are going to use the command mv, and then we use folder 2, which is the folder that we want to move, to the specific folder that we want to be in. In our case, we want to move folder 2 to folder 1. And now, as you can see here, folder 2 is inside the folder 1. Cool. If you want to rename the folder, let's suppose you don't want anymore folder 1, you just want folder 5. You just need to use folder, mv folder 1, folder 5. Now, as you can see, it renamed the folder. So mv works also for moving or renaming, which is pretty easy, right guys? And that's it.